I met Juliana, I don't remember how many years, but several years ago. And Jim was actually on a cart and couldn't get around, couldn't get up and down the hill since he's a landscaper. It makes it real hard. So I insisted that he go to Juliana, and he said, oh no, she's not going to help me. And I said, well, you go to her, and if it doesn't work, then I won't say anything else. He went to her 3 weeks in a row. 5 weeks in a row. Sorry. And within 5 weeks, he was off of all medication, and he was back up walking and doing what he needed to do.
I know he didn't love me very much because I hurt him, but
no, it's those 5 weeks were all very painful. I asked her where her whips and chains were because I know she had to have ropes over in the house. I kept telling her she was the queen of masochisms, but she's not. She's her hands are very blessed, and God sent. I think I've been coming to see you now for it's been 6 or 7 years. I'm not sure. 7 years. It was 7 years. This past Easter was the 5th. The Tuesday after that Easter was the 5th time that I went to see Juliana. I went to her 5 weeks in a row. I was on a 100 milligram Duragesic patch, which is a type of a morphine patch, every 3 days, and 4 more taps a day. And my lovely wife made me go. And the first time that Juliana worked on me, I screamed and cried and come up off the bed and everything. Thought she was killing me, and come to find out she was just barely rubbing on me like that, and, you know. But the first time it was, you know, I was still in quite a bit of pain. It seemed to have helped a little bit. The second time, I went to just 2 more taps a day in 1 patch, and then the third time I went to no more taps and just the patch, and then the 4th time I went to a 25 milligram patch. And then on that Easter Sunday, prior to coming back the 5th time, which comes here on each Tuesday, I took off my last patch, and I've been pain medicine free ever since. She's a very blessed lady. She's got mighty blessed hands, but when you come to see her, don't expect to get no foo-foo massage, because I'm here to tell you, it's all real. She gets in there and she knows what she's doing, releases those muscles from around the nerves and the joints and the bones, and gets them opened up to where all the nerves and stuff aren't being pinched and you're not having the pain. I used to have such bad pain going down my left leg where I had pinch sciatic nerve. I've got spondylosis, spondylosis, and L5S1, which means that off the backbone you've got the little spine part, but mine's actually broke on both sides at L5S1, and has been since I was a kid, and it's never completely healed. It's still basically cartilage. It's not bone, and it's something that can really never heal because it happened when I was at such an early age. But it was never detected until I was 40 years old. And I've been big all my life. I'm a big guy. I'm about 285, 290 pounds now, and I weighed 100 when I was 5. So I've never been little. Large frame, large muscle structure, carrying all this around, I guess just kind of protected me up until the point to where, and finally I actually went to a chiropractor, and he couldn't do nothing for me, so he had me go and get an MRI, and that's whenever they found out what I had wrong, and he sent me to a back specialist, which he said the only thing that could be done was to fuse my back from L5 all the way up through S3 or S4, because I've got arthritis in L5S1 bad, and then it just kind of dissimulates as it goes up. So, but I got news for him. I found my cure right here. This lady right here is my cure.
well, we got to give God thanks for that.
Yes, yes, we do.
You know, truly thrilled that God's given me the talent
Yes, ma'am.
and the blessing, and He's blessed these hands so that I can do what He wants done to His people.
You know, I tell my buddies, I say, you know, I said she's a 65-year-old lady from Trinidad that when she gets a hold of you, I thought she got a hold of about a 21-year-old because she turned every which way we looked. Yeah. But then, you know, then she was hurt this past September, the 14th of 2008, and she was paralyzed from the waist down, incomplete. She had dysplasia of T9 with there's compaction of T9 with dysplasia into the spinal cord, and it was really touch and go there for a little while. But the Lord stepped in and helped us with that, and got us through all that, and then finally Miss Juliana said, "Well, I think it's been long enough. She needs to come in and see me." And so I put her in the car and brought her right on in, and she started working on D, and legs started moving, not moving, but started getting feeling and stuff in them, and they did move some. And so she's been working on her with that, and that's been really a blessing. And went through therapy and different things, and it's all starting to kind of come together. But Juliana, as you explained to me, the important thing that a lot of people don't realize is how when we have an injury like that, that our muscles immediately clamp down to protect.
Trauma. When you get trauma,
and they clamp down to protect. And I'm definitely one that can tell you that muscle action don't help that any, because they never did me a bit of good. But so you have to go in there and release that trauma and release the breaking down of the muscles and get them to loosen back up to where Mother Nature can do her thing and do her own way of healing.
you got to get deep enough to separate the tissues and encourage the blood to go in, because that's what takes the oxygen and the food to the area. The more the tissues are fed, the stronger they become. And muscles have memory. When you start going in there and open them up, they remember that relaxed position. Remember that's how they used to be. And the more you educate those muscles, which is what I do a lot of times, the more you remember, oh yeah, you know, this is how I'm supposed to be. The more oxygen, the more blood you get in it, the better it is, because then the muscle itself does not lose its function and get ropey, you know. So, yeah.
It does. And it works very, very well. I'm here to tell you.
Well, I thank you too for coming in and talking about me.
You bet. It's been a
Bad
blessing.
as you talk about me.
You're very welcome.
Well, they can also read my write-up that I've got on your website.
Yeah.
I've got a testimony on Juliana's website that I wrote shortly after she worked on me, and that I sent to her to put in there, because it's really something that a lot of people in my dealings, because I mean I've tried to send a lot of people that I know need your help. Some have come,
Yes.
some have chosen not to, but you know, I mean, I didn't come for a while. It took her probably 2 months to finally get me in here to see. Actually, she made me an appointment and said, "You're going or else." And I didn't like the or else, so I went. You know,
and then that's the thing that I can understand. People going here, there, yonder, and they're in pain, and somebody says, "Oh, that happened since you was a child, and there's nothing we can do to fix it. You're just gonna have to live with that situation." And of course, they teaching you to accept that from where they are. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's how they're educated to teach you.
Yeah.
And then you may have gone to the therapist who are trained to do certain things, and they do it, and that didn't work for you. And so that doesn't mean that it wouldn't work at all, but that's what most people do. They say, "Oh, I've been there, done that, oh, she can't help me. I've been suffering with this for 12 years. I had that for 40 years. I just got to live with it." And this is not true. Because with God, all things are possible.
Get that right.
And He has proven that over and over and over again in my 26 years. I'm here to tell you, if God's not gonna fix it, nobody's gonna fix it. And if God send you to me, and that's this is my prayer, that God send the people to me that need to be here. If you're looking at this video, you're looking at it for a reason.
That's right.
You're getting direction. God's blessing you. Just follow through. Don't procrastinate.